Pacification agents are active and tracking at this station. Have you checked your bay number? Check again. Unauthorized landing may trigger a lethal response. Blocking the docking bay access corridor is not permitted. This starport will not allow such intolerable behavior. Loitering is a crime punishable by death. Make sure you have authorization before you enter the docking bay.
Hello and welcome to Moonshot Voyages. I am your captain today, Commander Cadiff, and welcome to what could be and probably will be the last in this series of Sidewinders to Sagittarius A. We have been from Sol to Sagittarius A to Colonia and then back to Sol. We are 19 jumps away from being home. And so that's what I have planned for today. And yeah, it's kind of an interesting, bittersweet moment. This chapter is finally ending. I think I started it back in March. That's March, April, May, and now the first part of June. And so it's been just about 3 months, maybe slightly over. And boy, what a ride it has been. It's been a lot of fun. And I really appreciate anybody who's stuck it out with me and has been here. I landed on this planet the other day, just off stream, and it's actually one of the more interesting things I've seen. So we will go ahead and get into the live game here. I'll show you what I mean. Let's get out. Yeah, this is really interesting over here. So not only does my ship hover just a few inches above the ground, but these things, they're just really neat. It's turquoise kind of green in this like liquid. You can see it's like distorting everything behind it. I do kind of wish there was, and it could be my graphics settings. I did lower them to medium, or high, but even in ultra I didn't see it. I wish there was some kind of like, occlusion happening here, kind of yellowish, like you would see if light was going through glass, but otherwise it looks pretty neat. So yeah, I've already scanned them. I've already got the data, so no need to scan them again. In fact, I don't think I can, even if I wanted to. Yep. So we will just go ahead and head back to Earth. And this is kind of a cool thing too. It's most of the time when you land on a moon around or near, maybe this moon is not in orbit around this guy, but most of the time when you land on a moon that's in orbit around a ringed planet, you see it pretty much edge on. And so you never get to see this nice ring with the cast shadow going across. It's really, really cool. Then, of course, the Milky Way just kind of shining through the thin atmosphere up there. Just really neat. And again, I am in high settings. I did bump up the shadows and some of the details up to ultra, but I actually left the terrain detail down at high, so it's still not too shabby. And that's just because I'm streaming. I wanted to, save my GPU a little bit. Anyway, we will now continue to Earth. Ooh, wrong button. There we go. It's taking me a little while to get back into the ship. I bet we're going to have a... uh-oh. Well, here we go. Maybe. There it is. Took a little while to get back in there. A little disconcerting. Anyway, as with every launch, please put your tray tables and seat backs in the full up, lock, and right and locked position. Almost had it. And put your seatbelts on. I will turn off the seatbelt sign as soon as it's safe to move about the cabin.
Landing gear retracted.
So yeah, just a cool planet. It's a nice place to land at. Cool little atmosphere, thin atmosphere there.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
All right. So as a a quick refresher, I mean, look how close we are here. That's crazy. So we left Sol, which is where Earth is, which is in the bubble, and which the bubble, in case you're new to Elite, is what they call the habited area of the galaxy, where we grow up. And then we flew all the way out to the supermassive black hole in the center of the Milky Way called Sagittarius A star, which is 4.3 million solar masses. It's pretty hefty, supermassive, but not the biggest. There are definitely bigger. And then we flew out to Colonia, which on here I have a planet called Zura marked, but it's actually in the Colonia area of space, which is kind of like another bubble, but very small. And then we flew back here. Excuse me, back here. Now, if you've been following my stream for a while, you may have noticed I was not on Thursday, and that was because I am kind of getting over a cold. So I do apologize if my voice sounds a little different or if I have a little cough here and there. I may go into a coughing fit, in which case I'll put on my pause video and get that taken care of. So if I put on the pause video, then I come back and I'm like, clearly my face is red and I've got tears and stuff. It's not because I'm sad, it's just because I went through a coughing fit, and I am sad about that. All right, so let's finish our trip. We've only got 19 jumps. I don't think I'll be slowing down a whole lot because we're kind of in the area now where a lot of the space has been explored. And so I think I'm just going to make a beeline straight to Seoul and finish this up. So we should be there in about 20 minutes, barring anything weird. So... I say 20 minutes, depending on the capabilities of the ship and how fast your frameshift drive charges. It's about a minute between each jump when you factor in fueling and charging and stuff. So I think it's about a minute for this ship. Some ships can be a little slower. You can engineer them to be faster. But I chose longer range engineering since I have time. Although I guess you could argue longer range saves time, so there you go.
Fuel scooping. System scan complete.
I am still scanning these areas just to get the discovery points, because why not do that while I'm refueling here.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Excuse me while I poke my eye. Oh. Also. You can now take off your seatbelt and roam around the galaxy.
3, 2, 1.
It is definitely safe to do so. Oh, and what's nice is
Fuel scooping.
since I last streamed, they actually updated the shaders on the bobblehead and stuff, and so the bobblehead looks a little bit nicer. There's a lot more reflection in the helmet, but more importantly, the plant on the right side there is no longer super shiny. It's now kind of a dull matte finish, and it does have highlights because its index of refraction is now correct. So depending on the orientation of your ship, sometimes certain areas will be highlighted. Ooh, sometimes there might be like random green and blue flashes. That's an interesting one. I'm not sure if those are intentional or not. Anyway, I'm still really kind of confused by the Coriolis base there on the left. That bobblehead. It seems almost too lit. It's got its own little lights. And oh, hello, Commander Vex 07. How are you doing? I was just admiring the new shaders on the bobbleheads, and I'm perplexed by why the Coriolis one here is just so lit. Like, it's got its own lights, that's cool, but I don't know, just kind of drowns out all the other detail. How are you today, Commander? Oh, I guess I turn my camera back on.
4, 3, 2, 1. Fuel scooping. System scan complete.
Fine, thank you. Currently out exploring in my Raider Viper MK3.
Fuel scooping
Nice.
complete.
How are you? I am doing good. I missed my stream on Thursday because I'm recovering from a cold, so I do apologize if my voice is a little weird and if I start coughing. So just getting over it. But otherwise, I am good. Not looking forward to work tomorrow, but you know, what else is new? Happy to be working.
Drive charging.
I've also recently gotten sucked into No Man's Sky again. I hadn't played since the multiplayer mode was available. So, you have space scurvy, Star Sailor. Yeah, well, it's funny you say that. One of my friends gave me a bunch of lemons. And, you know, lemons protect against scurvy. So maybe that's why I was only sick for a couple of days and not like 2 weeks.
Fuel scooping.
Space scurvy.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
I am just now noticing that my chat thing is like going behind there. Does it cut off your sailor? There.
Frameshift drive.
So let's see, what am I doing? I am only 15 jumps away from Seoul. I am about to end this 3-month trip that I took from Seoul to Sagittarius A to Colonia and back to Seoul in a Sidewinder. So I'm kind of itching to get into a different sea.
Fuel scooping.
Yeah. Carefully enter port. Yeah. It's like, how do I do this again? And I don't have an auto docker. It's, you know, such a small ship. Why would you need one? So I'll just put all power to shields and just bounce off the walls until I land.
Warning. Temperature critical. Fuel scooping complete.
Oh, that's kind of spectacular. Oh, I thought there were two ringed planets there, but it's just the distortion from the heat from the star when you're that close. Let's do a little drive-by, or flyby. You know, I've been kind of handing it in as I, you know, because I went to Colonia and I went, I've dropped by a couple carriers. So exploration data, if you look at my balance here, it says 640 million. I left Seoul with 100 million, so I've made about 540 million. And I would say all but about 7 million of that was universal cartographics. And then the other 7 million was the exobiologist stuff. That wasn't going for as much, although, to be fair, only about a third of my trip has had that because Odyssey's only been out for, what, a month and a half? So I'll get a little bit more, but I turned in my data at Ronnie, and so I'll only be getting from here to here in data when I turn it in pretty soon. So not a ton.
Frameshift drive charging.
I've also been going quicker, just because, like, I'm ready to be done exploring in a Sidewinder. Now, I love exploring, but I really like it when I have my fleet carrier and my Conda. I don't have to worry about refueling as much. What's your next task? Well, my next task that I'll hopefully be starting today is to get triple elite. So I have trade elite, explorer elite, only combat expert. So that is my goal for a little while, because I have no idea how long it's going to take me to get elite in combat. But probably what I'm going to do today is try to get my merits completed with one of the powers, so I can get the Packhound missiles. I've already been aligned with them for months. I was out in the black when it finally ticked over to where I could buy them, and so I wasn't able to buy them. So I think I have to redo the merits to do that. But it should tick over on Thursday, so I should be able to get them on Thursday, I believe. But yeah, beyond that, just combat.
4, 3, 2, 1. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Librang Loy, yes. Packhounds. Ooh, yeah. Oof. Yeah, right now I have a Fer-de-Lance that I use for combat. But I think I might... Just before I started this excursion, I got my, I believe it was Rear Admiral rank. High enough rank to get a Corvette. So, I may get a Corvette. I don't know. I want to get a Corvette, paint it red, and name it Rocinante.
Frameshift drive charging.
That's kind of what I want to do.
Four, three,
And only have turreted multi-cannons, even though that's not the greatest, but it's the closest to what I'm referencing.
fuel scooping.
And then the whole time I'll just be rolling. Use a Corvette for exploration and photos. Interesting.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
I mean, I imagine if you're not planning to jump, like make really long jumps with it, yeah, a Corvette would be fun
Frameshift
for
drive
exploration.
charging.
I do have a Jumpaconda like everybody else, it seems. But I think I'm going to drop its range a little bit to add a few more bells and whistles.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Because you get over 40. Okay, yeah, I think that's a good range, because it's like, I mean, my Jumpaconda gets 70, but it's like, you miss a lot of stuff. And so if you're going out to explore, you're not gonna use that anyway. I guess where it saves you is you just use such little fuel in those smaller jumps anyway that it's basically free. But yeah, so 40's pretty. 40's fine. I mean, this my Sidewinder. It only
Fuel
gets.
scooping complete.
It's getting 41, and I've had no trouble getting anywhere. I think the lowest, because I was reading, to get out to Bugle Point, you need to have at least 35 light year jump. So I think that's about as low as you want to go if you plan to get to Bugle Point anyway.
Frameshift drive charging.
10 more jumps.
Fuel scooping. System scan complete. Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Because fleet carrier Rosencavalier is 58,000 light years from Sol,
3.
I switch around 26 ships to explore the surrounding area. Oh, that's right. I think I have that system marked, bookmarked. So I'm eventually going to come out and say hi. Let's see here.
Fuel scooping.
I saved my condo for fast jumping back to Colonia or exploring. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, you'd have like a fast ship, and then your exploration ships. That makes sense. Yeah, right now my fleet carrier is too far away for me to really, like, my fleet carrier is out here, so I'm really only be able to transport one ship at a time, right? Unless I want to pay. It's expensive to get stuff out there. But I think, yeah, I think you're here. Does that look familiar? Yep. Yeah, I think you let me know about it, so I'm gonna eventually get out there, take a look around. I'm not gonna stay. That's your turf. But it does sound pretty awesome.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one.
Scones and tea available 24/7. Oh man, okay. Alright, well maybe I will stay. Yeah. Put it that way. Get some nice Earl Grey, hot.
Fuel scooping.
Do they ever explain what hot means, though? Like, Earl Grey, hot. Yeah, seems kind of arbitrary.
Fuel scooping complete.
I like Janeway actually just tells the Celsius.
Frameshift drive charging.
Cold tea is a fashion in some places. Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, here in the States, yeah, we have iced tea. In fact, that's what I'm drinking right now. So, but hot is good for the mornings, yeah, if you want to wake up.
Fuel scooping. System scan complete.
Yeah, and in the south we have sweet tea. Yeah.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
6 jumps. 6 to go.
Four, three, two, one. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Slow down.
4, 3, 2, 1. Fuel scooping.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I serve on my carrier. Levy and Brandy, of course. But being that we're so far away from the bubble,
Complete.
we might have a little Romulan ale. You know, somewhere in the back.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Not blue milk, or the blue meanie, or even Pan Galactic Gargle Blaster.
4, 3,
Oh man. Okay, so I don't get those last two. I don't get the blue meanie, or the Pan Galactic Gargle Blaster. I may have to give up my sci-fi card for a moment.
fuel scooping.
Ah, see, I should have known that. I should have known that. I have only seen the whole series once, though. I do mean to watch it again. Well, I've seen season 1 twice. The rest of it only once.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four,
Gargle Blasters from Hitchhiker's Guide, of course. I should have known just by the name.
Fuel scooping. System scan complete.
Douglas Adams. Milky Ways. Or Milky Ways restaurant at the end of the universe. That's right.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Gargle Blaster. Alright. Go.
Frameshift drive charging.
So I haven't been to Seoul since I think February or March, whenever I left.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Dude,
Fuel scooping.
look at that sun. Look how familiar it is. Guess I probably don't need a scoop since I'm going to be landing.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
I'm still disappointed. I was hoping Odyssey would bring us landable on the moon. Still, like, it's so interesting to me. The one place humans have been to, other than Earth, and we still can't land on it in the game. Such an amazing game, and we still can't land on the moon. I don't get it. Good luck. See you in a minute. Looks like a beautiful day on Earth. Passing over Australia. Looks like it's probably sleepy time over in Southern California. Is the power out? Power could be out. It's Japan. it's probably just really cloudy. Alright, I guess we'll just head back towards the moon. Just had to do a nice flyby of Earth. Yeah, since we're here. Hello. That looks odd. Come on. Come on, Earth. Finish loading in. So there's Africa and Madagascar, I believe. Oops. All right.
Lacey Kilo Alpha India. Submit a docking request and a landing pad will be reserved for you, Commander. Okay, Commander. Land on pad 3-4.
Welcome home, Commander 07. Thank you, Vex.
Scan detected.
2,000 meters from touchdown.
Landing gear deployed.
That's it. 21:48:29.
Landing completed. Disembark
21:48:29 UTC. The journey is over. So let's get some repairs going. Welcome to Galileo. Magnifico. Good job, Sighty. Exactly. That'll do, Sighty. That'll do. Well, I still have one more trip for the Sighty to make, but not going to be a particularly rough one. Just going to go to Shinra Desera so we can pick up a different ship. You done good. Paint's a little messed up, but that's cool. Actually, I do need to get a picture to commemorate the occasion. Let's see here. What do I want to do is try to take a couple. Oh yeah. I will fix it if I take it on another expedition, like a real expedition, but until then I don't. I never fix the paint. Just because, yeah, it's, you know, it's just its thing. I like how I clearly have the keys mapped to the camera, yet it still just says question marks. Like, then how am I able to do this? Welcome to Galileo. Oops. All right. It's so clean. Usually there's like trash laying everywhere. Come on, elevator. Finish loading. Thank you.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, you have some data to sell? Our scientists are keen for new data.
Yeah, they're willing to pay. So it said it was 1.5 million, and then it gave me 3. It's so funny. It's good that a ship kit appears to have some color coding as the paint job. It's not always the case. And yeah, sometimes it's just kind of like the basic color. But this ship kit worked really well with the paint job.
I'm curious to see what you've brought us.
Well, you already got it.
Vista thanks you for your contribution.
You're welcome. Boy, it is nice in here. This might be the nicest station I've ever been at.
Good to see you.
Let's see here. Let's just check this out
Need a
just for the
weapon
heck of it.
upgrading? I've got you covered. Give me a shout if you have any questions. Sure, take a look around.
Got 3 suits. Nothing over 1. So that's the other thing. Before I go out on my next exploration expedition, I'm going to try to get a grade 5 Artemis suit. Because I don't plan to be back for
Sure you got everything?
a while.
I'll be here if you change your mind.
All right. Well, let's go over to Shinra Desra. Shin. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Yeah, it's not a whole lot to go on this. Yeah, not a whole lot of new discoveries. There you go.
Patch complete. Observe station regulations on exit.
Landing gear retracted.
Oh, derp. Shinrarta Desra. That's basically what I said. Bye, Earth.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Your Viper's named after Neelix's ship, Bexale. I forgot he had a ship. But yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, on this account, I name most of my ships out of name them after streets in Los Angeles. So I have Ventura, Topanga, Mulholland Drive, Sepulveda. And then on my other account, I'm naming them. Remember they found him scavenging some ship. Oh, yes! I haven't seen Voyager. I've only seen Voyager once, like the whole series. And that had to have been early in first season. Because it's him and Cass, right? I think Cass was with him. Right, yeah, okay. I vaguely remember. I watched all of Star Trek. Well, not really in order. I think I went original series, then I went Enterprise when I should have done it the other way for story, for like narrative chronology. And then, yeah, TNG, Voyager, DS9. I have not seen Discovery. or Picard. So I'm getting a little behind on my Star Treks. Or Lower Decks. Haven't seen Lower Decks either. Oh, why am I so close to this planet?
Alpha India, we are happy to have you, Commander. Please note that all station services are at your disposal. Access authorized. Proceed to Bay 3-4.
Scan detected. Landing gear deployed.
Ship is on the ground. Ground crew dispatched. You are most welcome, Commander.
Home sweet home. I only went to Galileo because that's where I started the expedition, so felt poetic. But like a lot of people, I've made Jameson my home station. Because, well, everything's available here. But I'm curious if that is the same with, like, ground stuff. So we'll find out here in a second.
Weapons up. Give me a shout if you have any questions. Sure, take a look around.
Well, guess not. Got a lot of weapons, but... yeah. I wonder if there is a Shinrata Desra equivalent for ground stuff. Mars High is a pretty station. I like Mars High. Yeah.
I'll be here if you change your mind.
Alright, so let's go get my...
Welcome to Interastra. Take your time.
Let's go get Shadowfax 2.
No matter what business you're in, we'll have a ship for you.
Which is not a street in LA.
I'm here if you have any questions.
Goodbye, Mulholland Drive. You will be missed.
Do you require anything else? Thank you for choosing Interastra.
I feel like I'm playing the alpha again. I'm having a lot of issues that I had with the alpha that had gone away, it seemed, for like a few weeks, but now I'm just like getting those issues again. Yeah. I forgot how gigantic the Anaconda is. Let's see. Oh, I know. Yeah. Yeah, I actually have mixed feelings about ship interiors. I want them, but I don't need them, is basically what it comes down to. Like, I think we need an interior on the carriers. Because we need Vista Genomics on the carriers. But I don't think we need ship interiors on the ships, even though it would be pretty cool. Yeah. Because I played... I attempted to play Star Citizen for a little while. And I realized the ship interiors... I mean, after about 10 minutes of exploring, like, unless it's adding to gameplay, there's really not much to do with them, you know. I mean, it adds to the immersion, definitely. But, like, unless it's, like, to repair something, I have to get out of my seat and go to that thing to repair it. Like, unless there's stuff like that, it just doesn't really add much to the actual game. It's just kind of a, like, just a fun little thing to look at, but, yeah, that's about it. But that said, I will not complain if they add them. Nice to look at a different cockpit for a second. Okie dokie, so what's my plan now? So my plan is to get going on those pack hounds again. So, I'm gonna go look at galactic powers. Yeah. Okay. So over at Ekanar, I have my really big, I think I have a Type 9. So I'm gonna grab the Type 9 so I can just do a whole bunch of those kind of missions. Yeah, I guess I could just. Forgot I had auto launch on this guy. Yeah.
Landing gear retracted.
Landing restraints lifted. Moderate speed on exit.
The autopilot was going to do what it wants, so I wash my hands of whatever happens next.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Fuel scooping. System scan complete. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
You know what ship would be cool with interiors is any of the liners, you know, the Orca, the Beluga, Dolphin. Like, I think the Beluga would be insane because it would basically look like a cruise ship on the inside, right? Like, you'd have to have like galleys and tennis courts and swimming pools and all that stuff.
Fuel scooping complete.
I think that would be so cool. Can't remember why I'm here. I think I was helping Boss Lady B take over a system with my Type 9, and then I just left it here. Or I was doing a community goal. So long ago. Even just the forward section, cockpit quarters would be enough for me. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it'd kind of be cool to have like a captain's quarters. So instead of like being able to do your loadout here, you could get up out of your seat and go do your loadout in the captain's quarters and then disembark. I think that'd be kind of cool.
approach to landing pad 17. Use of automated docking computer permitted. You are clear to hand over control.
Dude. Oh, music goes away when I'm in.
Landing gear deployed.
So I have been pledged for 17 weeks and 1 day. So now all I need to do is deliver 750 merits. And I think hopefully Thursday, I should have access to those missiles. Because I don't think it'll register right away. Ooh, it's bright in here. Okey-dokey. So we're going to switch over to my Type 9. And Robert's your mother's brother. Bob's your uncle. That's true. Bob's your uncle. Okie dokie. Took me way too long. It's like, Robert's my mother's brother. Gotta get out and look at this thing. I don't think I've looked at it in Odyssey. Flashlight. Oh, flashlight does almost nothing. It's just too far away. Oh yeah, look at those big feet. Yeah, I think I like the massive, slow Type 9. It's great for what it's used for. Although I've never used it for mining, but I feel like it'd be good for mining. Oh, laser mining anyway. I'm not sure if it'd be great for deep core, just because it's not quite as maneuverable, but maybe it'd be fine. Guess if you had good thrusters. Alright, I am going to run to the restroom real quick and then I'll get started on these merits. So I will be right back. Apparently the seatbelt sign was still on. Whoops. Just, whoops. Yes, go ahead and turn off your seatbelt. Okay. All right. So what are we doing? Oh yeah, I gotta go get these merits. I may have said it previously, but I really like your footage. Oh, thanks. Oh, the pause menu. The music is something I bought off of premiumbeats.com. So it's just a stock site. And this isn't an ad for Premium Beats, but the one thing I do like about them is they not only give you the music, but they give you the stems. And so they give you the full track. They give you the stems of the full track, which is, you know, your drums, horns, all the elements separate. So then you can mix it, change it however you want. But then they also give you loops of different pieces of the site. It's really fantastic. It was like $50 for the whole, to license it for streaming and for all those elements. It's, you know, it's $50 American. You can't beat it. Yeah, arrange it to your liking. Yeah, exactly. It's fantastic. And me, I'm an editor by trade, so I mean, I love it. I love having all that extra, you know, ability to work with it. So, premiumbeat.com. And I think they also do video and pictures and stuff too. But yeah. Map. Jeez, this is gonna be 5 jumps with this thing empty. That's funny. What editor do I use? So it kind of depends. I'm kind of a whatever's gonna get the job done. For work, I use Avid. And then for home, it kind of depends on what I'm doing. I like to stay in Avid just to stay sharp on it since I do use it for work. But you know, Premiere is pretty much my go-to. That said, a lot of the stuff for Elite that I'm doing for the stream is cut in DaVinci because I have Premiere on my Mac, but I'm doing all the streaming and the capturing on PC, and I'm just way too lazy to transfer the files. So for quick edits and stuff, I'm just using DaVinci. But for the trailer I made for my channel, I did that in Premiere. But yeah, just kind of whatever is going to get the job done, whatever you're most familiar with and more comfortable with. I don't really have a preference. If I could only use one, I'd probably go Premiere. But yeah, it just kind of depends on what you're doing.
Landing gear retracted.
Landing coupler disengaged. You may proceed when ready.
What res? So I'm just recording in 1080, but I do record it at a higher bit rate than what is going up on stream. So stream's about 6,000 kilobits or 6 megabits per second, and I'm recording at 25 megabits per second. So it's a much sharper, much nicer thing, but it's still only 1080. So. I guess I could go up to 1440 because that's how big my monitor is. Let's see how fast we can get this thing up to 207 meters per second.
Additional traffic reported. Please give way to larger vessels.
I am a larger vessel. Videography is not something I've really delved into. I like to, though. It's quite a rabbit hole, or it can be. Thankfully, it's a lot easier to do it nowadays than it used to be. But yeah, it's. I mean, really nowadays, all you really need is a phone. But yeah, it can be quite a rabbit hole.
Frameshift drive charging.
Speed restrictions lifted. Imperial Flight Operations Bureau now signing off.
4, 3, 2, 1. Warning. Temperature critical. Fuel scooping.
Man, I love how sluggish this thing feels. It's just like, oh, give me 20 light years to turn this thing around.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
If you like a particular location, do you just pause and grab 30 seconds of footage? For like if I'm in the stream, I actually have on my Streamcast, I have a record button, and it'll turn off the chat window in my record window here, and it'll start recording to a hard drive. And so I'll just usually do it like during stream if I happen to be on stream, and just, you know, people are generally pretty like whatever about it. If it's something that I really want to get like really particular with, then I'll just do it off stream. But yeah, I just have one button that just turns off the camera and stuff, and so chat still shows up on my screen, but it won't show up in the recording, which is nice.
Frameshift drive charging.
But yeah, I suppose I could. Well,
4, 3, 2, 1.
I don't know if I could do it in the pause menu because it's recording anything that I'm sending out to stream. But I bet there's a way I could. I bet there's a way I could still do it. Like I could set it so it's recording the screen instead of the window, if that makes sense. Because right now OBS is capturing the Elite Dangerous window, but it also happens to be taking up my whole screen. So I could have it record the screen and not the window, if that makes sense.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Have you thought about streaming, or do you stream? I can't remember.
Warning. Temperature critical.
May I ask what spec you have on your computer? Yeah, this is
Fuel scooping.
always an interesting one. So technically this is my Mac. I'm just running boot camp on it. So I have an 11-year-old Mac Pro with 12 cores.
Fuel scoop
So
disengaged.
it's a 12-core Xeon. or what, like, I guess they're dual 6-core Xeons. 26 gigs of RAM and a 1080, a GTX 1080 for graphics, but I'm running the game on Windows, so I have a dual boot. So through boot camp, I just boot into Windows 7. So spec-wise, it's not supposed to run Elite Dangerous at all. And when I'm, or not Odyssey, it's not supposed to run Odyssey, but when I'm not streaming, I can run it at Ultra. So I think it's just because the graphics card is just doing all the work. I don't think the processors are doing much. Yeah, it's called a Mac Pro for a reason. It was back when they made Pros. It was before the trash can era. I do not stream, in fact. I may do someday. Yeah, I just started streaming just a few months ago, and it's interesting. It's kind of cool. I figured I'm playing this game anyway. I really like the Elite community. I've been on Twitter on Elite for a couple of years now. And then it was really just like watching Boss Lady B, where I was like, oh, that'd be fun. Yeah.
Frameshift drive charging.
So, whoops.
3, 2, 1,
What's my inventory? Oh, I've only got 120 tons on here? Thought I would have had more than that.
fuel scooping.
Seems pretty low, actually.
Warning, temperature critical. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Yeah, I'm hoping to build a new game / 3D animation rig. So I'll still do my editing and stuff on this Mac, but I think I'll do all my 3D stuff in gaming on a new PC. And that's kind of my next goal. And I've been pricing them out, and the ones I want to get are really expensive, but it's like, well, I'll be doing animation, not just gaming, so I'm trying to justify it that way. You'll switch to Windows? I will for animation and stuff, yeah. Just because the thing is, Apple made a mistake years ago where they decided to exclusively go with AMD graphics cards, which aren't awful. The problem is like I use Blender and After Effects and things, and those are optimized in the CUDA render infrastructure or architecture. So that's proprietary to NVIDIA. So you're not going to get nearly as much speed out of the Mac for that kind of stuff as you will out of Windows running NVIDIA cards. Now, you can run NVIDIA cards on a Mac. I mean, I'm doing it right now. But it's just not officially supported. So it's just like, I just kind of have to split it across both systems. So it's kind of annoying, but because Avid and Premiere both work in Windows, I think eventually I'll probably just switch to Windows entirely. I I've got really nothing against Mac except they're just not cutting it like they used to. They've put a lot of effort into their iPhones and iPads, which is fine, but they're kind of leaving the professionals in the dust. So, yeah. And now with their new processors they're coming out with, processors might be amazing, but they're not Intel, so we're going to be going back to the days where things aren't going to be compatible as easily as they are right now, or were a few months ago anyway. So I don't know. Just it's kind of a weird time.
Request approved. Assigned to landing pad 2-4. Clear for automated approach vectoring.
So the music from 2001 Space Odyssey here is such a cool detail. I just love it. I use an older Threadripper 1920X 12 core with a Sapphire RX 590 GPU with 32 gigs of RAM. So you should be able to run Odyssey just fine, I would hope. I'm not sure about Sapphire RX. Yeah, so yeah. I feel like that should be just fine.
Landing gear deployed.
But Odyssey still has a lot of work to do. Like, because I was playing, I move around in 1080p and switch to 1440 for stills. That's probably a good idea. I've been leaving it in 1080 for stills, but yeah, I should probably switch to 1440 because you can wait for it to load and do its thing for a still. Yeah, that's a good idea. So can I actually... No, I have to go to... Oh, maybe I can. I gotta reteach myself how to do this. Actually, I'm also gonna look at my modules because I feel like I don't have as much storage space as I should. Yeah, I'm looking to get a RTX 3090, which is overkill for gaming because it has 24 gigs of video RAM, but where that's nice is for 3D rendering in Blender or Maya or whatever, because when you're doing a GPU render, it only uses your video RAM, so even if you have 64 gigs of RAM on your system RAM, if you're rendering with GPU, it can't utilize that. If you're rendering with your processors, it can, but your processors are probably slower than your GPU. So it's like, there's always something. Like, it's so funny. I have a new laptop, a relatively new laptop that I do animation on as well. It's a Mac also. And if I do processor renders, it's 6 times faster than my desktop. But if I do GPU renders, my desktop is 20 times faster than the laptop. It's just it's insane. I picked up the used GPU for $180 about a year ago. Now the same used GPU is over 450. Yeah, man, it's so. It's because of the Bitcoin. You know, it's because of Bitcoins. It's from all the cryptocurrency mining. You know, they need all that power, all that computing power to mine. You know, it sucks because it makes it hard. You basically, I think the easiest way to get a new GPU is just to buy a new computer right now. It's just like it's awful. Yeah, it was hard for me to get this 1080 that I got. I got it back in 2018, and it was a pain in the butt. Yeah, so I figured if I'm gonna have to do that, I might as well, you know, like I said, my computer's 11 years old, so I'm thinking about like a Ryzen 9 uh, with a GTX 3090. So it's going to be a pretty penny. Okay, what do you got? What do you got? 8, 8. Cargo capacity is 676 tons. What was I looking at? I only said 120. Yeah, makes sense. Don't have any utilities, no hard points. Yeah, okay, so that's, what was I looking at? Weird. Guess I just totally misread it. Somehow I saw 676 as 120. Oh yeah, totally ready for work tomorrow. Uh, okay. Ooh, get my $1,000 salary. Ugh, this is gonna suck. This is this is the main. This is actually the bad part about like doing all the merits at once. It's like it's gonna take so long to get 676 tons of whatever. It's like, yeah, I don't like how they do the merit system on here. RSI claim coming your way. Oh, we're almost 1/6 of the way there. No, no, about a quarter. About a quarter. Tune into my stream as you watch me click the same buttons over and over and over and over. Extreme button clicking action. This'll get me to affiliate. I just know it. Know this from your local station. All right, we are halfway there. Living on a prayer, take my hand. Excuse me while I pass out. I mean, to be fair, the system isn't designed to do what I'm doing. It's supposed to be like a long-term, you know, kind of role-playing deal. But I ain't got no time for that. Indeed. It should just be an option. Like, do you want to buy the most you can? It's going to be $6 million, you know? 6 million credits. There you go. Done. boy. All right.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
You saw it here first, folks. You watched before your very eyes as I filled my cargo hold full of things 10 units at a time. Alrighty. Guess we'll do it. Control. Something that's relatively close. Let's see. Oh, that's all fortified. I wonder if I didn't do this right. There's a very good possibility. Alright, let's try to go here. Okay, that's only one jump, 3.6 million, so it's probably a large landing pad. I hate it when I do this and then the first system I go to is like, oh, can't land here.
Landing gear retracted.
Landing coupler disengaged. Access corridor is clear.
Oh, is there a planet in the way? Sure is.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scooping.
Alright, what we got here to land on?
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Okay, good. 2.2 thousand light seconds. Oh. Gotta fly all the way over there, and somebody's gonna interdict me. Don't fly all fancy. Propaganda delivery. Nope.
Link on Kilo Alpha India. Good to see you, Commander. Throttle down and commence with docking. Permission granted. Land on designated pad number 40. Automated approach engaged.
Man, the space stations in this game are so cool. I really want to model something like one of the ringed stations, just because they just look so neat. The thing I'm having is I want to use a particle generator to randomly place like doodads, I guess, along the surface, and I can't get it to orient correctly. So that's kind of the big thing I've been running into, which has been stopping me from modeling my own station.
Landing gear deployed.
Oh, hey,
Welcome to the station,
Commander Vex. What, in your opinion, what is the best anti-aliasing to use? Because I keep switching, and I just feel like it's still alias like crazy. I think I'm using the fast one, the FAMM or something. Alrighty. No industrial equipment to deliver. Well, that's because I have these things. I have franchise packages to deliver. Okay, so we may have made a ghastly mistake. I'm using SMAA, but really I don't know which is best. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I don't. Every once in a while I'll switch it up to see if I notice, and I haven't noticed anything substantial. Okie dokie. Okay, so I guess we'll just do. We'll just do this. I just went to the wrong spot. So 50 light years. 29 years. Okay, so this is 57 million. Yeah, that should be fine. I guess this is right. I wish it would just like highlight the system that we're talking about. Usually it's like right in the center. Slab Panama. Oh, it's just invisible. Cool. Oh, probably because derp. There we go. That's why. Okay, that was human error. I'll allow it.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Warning, temperature critical.
Four light seconds. If I must.
Permission authorized. Prep for arrival on landing pad 40. You are clear for automated approach, Commander.
Landing gear deployed.
I'm just pursuing my last photo session to see if there's anything I can edit before going to bed. Gotcha. I'm actually about to jump off stream myself. So I have some other stuff I gotta do today. But I really appreciate you sticking around.
Enjoy your visit, Commander.
So let's see if we can sell these things. Deliver, yeah. Okay. 676 merits, all right. Oh, and I gained 67,000 credits. Wow. Out of the 6.7 million I had to spend. All right, well, I think I am going to call it a night there. Again, I appreciate anybody who stopped by to chat. Commander Vex, as always, it's just a pleasure having you on here, and it's fun to talk to you. And yeah, if you ever get a stream going, let me know. But otherwise, I think I'm just going to hop over to Freakerson and see what they're up to. It looks like they're still scanning their sector, that he wants to scan the entire thing. So, anyway, I really appreciate it. Yeah, nice to see you too, 07. Until next time, fly dangerously. So let's go ahead and, but not too dangerously because you're pretty far out there. Let's go ahead and raid Freakerson. Da, da, da. And have a good night, and I'll see you later this week.
Over here and sit on my shoulder? Nope, that's my ear. I'm gonna play with your ear. Now I'm gonna clean myself. Let's actually do some work, okay? We'll do some work. You wanna go exploring some more, huh? You gonna be my explorer too? My explorer buddy today? Nope, I'm gonna bite on you. Yeah, but